Has returned, and so has Cathy Erickson. How are you?
Great. Good morning.
If Pets Could Talk, one of our newest and favorite segments. We've been on for a couple of months now, and
yes,
a lot of people love this because who doesn't love their pets?
Right. And who wants to take care of them better?
Exactly.
Everybody.
And last time, just to give you an update, last time you were here, you let us try a new product. We have one of our dogs has a fear of lightning storms and loud noises and things like that, thunderstorms in general, and you brought this over. Our friends at PetSafe sent it over, and yesterday morning at about 5:10 when the storm rolled through, she was freaking out again, and we followed the directions previously when storms went through. We put it on a treat, but we tried it differently this time. We just took it and put it on her tongue. Just put 4 drops. That's all it takes. 4 drops on her tongue, and amazingly, within maybe 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, she settled down and laid down. The storm went through, and it was no big deal.
Wow, you've had major issues with that dog.
Major issues with scratching. She closes doors behind her, and it really did took the chill off, or took the edge off, and chilled her off for a little
Isn't that wonderful for such an inexpensive
and it's
product?
you're saying $19. It seems expensive.
It's a
4 pills or 5 thunder pills is what I call them from the vet. $22.
Oh wow! Wow!
Yeah.
The doggy downer.
Yep, doggy downer. That's exactly right. All right, so we have that.
Well, I just want to tell you too, with that product, I use it for a dog that is a little. I have a pointer that's a little ADHD, and she's one of those dogs that stares at light. And just wants to point light, and when she gets in that mode, that's what we use it for, and it just distracts her.
It's not drugs or anything.
No, it's a natural product, but it's holistic, but it works. And the people at PetSafe just were raving about it, so that's why I had to try it, and that's why we said, well, let's get this over to
Lucy loves it, so that's good news for that. Okay, so now let's talk. Speaking of places that get great stuff, how about great food? Because we need to talk about pet food.
We're going to talk about pet food today, and a lot of people ask me, and I bet they even ask you guys, what do you feed your dogs? And everybody has their own choice of dog food, and I always tell people, you know what, feed the best you can afford. But people want to know more. So I want to talk a little bit today about how to decide what to feed your dog.
Right.
And in that realm of covering and doing your research, there's a website called dogfoodadvisor.com that I would like to recommend, because they have reviewed every single dog food available on the retail market, and they've given it a star system from 1 to 5. And what you will learn from Dog Food Advisor, you can go in and check your dog food. You go in there and it's got 1 star. Maybe you want to scroll through and find something that has a few more stars. And they do it on the quality of the ingredients. But one of the things, first I'd like to say how Dog Food Advisor got started. Back in 2007, we had the largest recall of dog food in the history of feeding dogs.
Scared millions of people.
Scared. I had a dog that was slightly affected by it, but survived. Thousands of dogs died because there was an ingredient that came over from China that was in wheat gluten, and it was called melamine, and it was tainted. And it was in so many, it was used in so many of these manufacturing plants that, you know, dog food, every dog food that's out there doesn't have its own plant. A lot of them are co-packaged and co-branded, so they're all using the same ingredient, and consequently, all the dog food was tainted, and this particular recall affected the canned and the pouches, which really affected the little dogs the most. Well, there was a man named Mike Sagman, and he had a rescue dog that his family loved named Penny, and Penny died as a result of this tainted food. And Mike just thought, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a place for consumers to go, check out dog food, and there's got to be an organization that sends out alerts as soon as we know something's going on. So Mike was a dentist, but he had a background in chemistry. He understood how this manufacturing process worked, and what he didn't understand, he educated himself on. So for all of us that want to know more about our dog food and understand those labels, which they're very difficult to read. They're not all on the same playing field. Dogfoodadvisor.com will help you do that. And in that realm, in the question of how do I know what to feed my dog, I brought 4 samples today to show you. It's Akana, Stella, and Chewy's. I just had a little tiny sample of that. Nutrisource and Canidae. And the reason I brought these 4 brands today, and I have another favorite called Wellness Core, is because Wellness and these 4 all have their own dedicated manufacturing plants. As a matter of fact, Akana calls it their kitchen.
Okay.
And they buy all their individual ingredients. They know where every single ingredient comes from. They know they have a relationship with that source. So the one thing about the products, as you and I were talking earlier, that have this kind of high-end quality is they do cost more.
Yes.
So there's many levels. Again, back to Dog Food Advisor. If you want to go figure out what's the best for your dog, here's what I recommend. Go to our independent stores, our independent pet shops, and talk to the people that work there, because those are the people that the reps from these and all the other dog food companies come in and educate. You're not going to get that kind of education at the big retailers, the Targets and the Walmarts of the world. Their people don't have dedicated pet people, and they don't get this kind of education. But the Pet Sakes, the Three Dog Bakery, Three Wagon Tails, they're all going to have that. And you want to be
That's their specialty.
That's their specialty. They can talk to you about your dog, whether your dog is overweight, underweight, allergic, normal, a hunting dog, or a basset hound that just lays around all day. You know, did I hit a nerve somewhere?
I have a beagle.
Beagle
okay.
that lays around all day.
Beagles don't lay around all day. They're wild animals. You can try to read the labels, but just for example, we can show the back of this package. It's what, 6-point type, and it's full. It's jam packed. Now this is a smaller bag, obviously, but it's a tough read.
Yeah,
it's a tough read. And but the neat thing about Akana is that it's up here. They have the names of the farms and the companies where they
tell
get
you where they
that
get it from.
product.
They tell you where they get it from.
So that's our advice. Check Dog Food Advisor. Talk to the local professionals that we have that have all the up-to-date information. Be a Facebook friend with Dog Food Advisor, so when the recalls come through, you're one of the first to know, so you can check it out. Pet Sakes has an email that they do a great job, and they say what's been sold in Iowa too, and they'll use their email list to get that out immediately.
And great people over there too. Now we did talk about an event too before we go.
Right, we've got multiple events going on. We've got Pedal for Paws for the Animal Rescue League on August 1st. We have during the state fair. Most people don't realize there's a dog agility demonstration, but there is also this Sunday a documentary being released in Iowa called Dog by Dog. And this is the politics of puppy mills, and so it's being underwritten by Bailing Out Benji, which is one of our puppy mill groups, and this is a very important documentary. It's only being released it was in Denver last weekend. It's in Iowa this weekend, and before it reaches the masses. So
now, is it going to be Iowa this weekend or August 9th?
No, I'm sorry. It's August 9th. I apologize.
Next weekend.
I apologize.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page here. So
Thank
next
you, Lou.
weekend. Okay.
Good catch.
Next weekend, not this weekend. Next weekend.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Up in Ames at 2:30 in the afternoon, and we will have 2 passes available through the Great Day Facebook page.
Great.
So I'll coordinate with whoever I need to coordinate with, and you'll be able to win 2 passes here. We'll also have 2 passes on the Great Iowa Pet Expo Facebook page. So
Wonderful.
2 ways to win a couple passes, but if you want to be involved, if you want to know more, if you want to understand why Iowa is the 2nd largest puppy mill state.
Really?
Yes, only surpassed by Missouri. We've got very soft legislation, and we have people here who are working very hard.
Wow.
They've been on the show,
right?
And it's tough because we have a slippery slope with agriculture, and this documentary explains why that is, and maybe how we can work together better to solve this problem.
Okay. We need to tell everybody about your website too for more information about anything we talked about.
Right, muzzlebump.com or greatiowapetexpo.com.
There it is. Dog Food Advisor. Okay, dogfoodadvisor.com. Check it out and see how your dog food stacks up. Hopefully you're taking that away from our little conversation today.